This review was made possible by contributions from viewers like you.
Hey guys, it's that special time of year between Halloween and Christmas where we reflect on what we're thankful for in life. I'd like to start off this next block of reviews by saying that I'm thankful for the legacy of Adam West. I know what you're thinking. Didn't I already pay tribute to Adam West with my review for Batman: Return of the Caped Crusaders? Well, yes I did, but come on, it's the last movie he ever made. I gotta honor it. We opened on a newscast laying down some exposition, and it just so happens that the news is being read by the same William Dozier stand-in from the last movie.
Hello, citizens of Gotham. This is Desmond Dumas with breaking news. Representatives from Gotham PD and City Hall are converging on the state penitentiary. There, in a top-secret prison laboratory, a revolutionary experiment will be conducted. The proceedings will begin as soon as Gotham's leading crime crushers, Batman and Robin, the Boy Wonder, arrive. Delayed, no doubt protecting the streets of our lovely city.
I'm done opening for the Gotham Palace, and now I'm reading the news. That's right, I'm everywhere! Did this movie open up with narration because of my remarks about the last movie? Probably not, but I'd like to think so. We find Batman and Catwoman, once again played by Adam West and Julie Newmar, having a little date. And they're doing it while Catwoman's still serving time. Okay, that's actually pretty cute. I want to see Batman visiting Catwoman like this in modern Batcanon. But Robin, ever the jealous lover, reminds Batman that they have an appointment to keep.
Batman! Attention! Batman! We're gonna be late!
Holy cockblock, Batman! They meet at the laboratory of Dr. Hugo Strange, making his first appearance since his alleged death in 1940, and... Wait a minute, did they just appear with the lightning?
Very dramatic indeed, and not like Batman at all.
It's here that he meets District Attorney Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent. Can we trust him?
Your perfect record for convictions precedes you.
Couldn't do it if you didn't catch them first, Batman. We make a pretty good team, if I do say so myself.
Like Batman and Robin.
Sorry, Mr. Dent. This one's taken. It's also worth pointing out that while Dent here is voiced by William Shatner, Hugo Strange is not voiced by a special guest celebrity. And neither is Dr. Quinzel here. Sure, Shatner's Two-Face is the highlight of the movie, but since getting big celebrities to play the villains was always the name of the game back in the show, why not continue that trend with Strange and Harley? Now that all are present and accounted for, Dr. Strange can begin his experiment to extract the very evil out of Gotham's criminal element.
Decompressing the cerebral defibrillator.
Adjust the hemostatic stabilizers.
There's weird science stuff happening! Cue the pipe organ! And sure, we could talk about good versus evil and debate the presence of actual evil in Batman's villains against maybe they just don't know how to play the bad hand that they've been dealt in life, but nah, just suck out the green jelly that they have in their heads. That'll solve their problems. But I guess these particular criminals are too evil for the machine to take, and it explodes.
Great Scott!
Jeez, that looks like it smarts.
Harvey?
Wrong, Batman. I'm not Harvey. I am evil incarnate. I am Two-Face.
So, with this version of the character, we don't see him have to battle any inner demons or violent tendencies or anything like that. He's just hit in the face with concentrated evil. When you're bringing a pretty serious character like this into the silly world of the old Batman show, that's actually not a bad way of doing it. We then see the opening credits, complemented by the ensuing criminal career of the duplicitous DA. And unlike in the last movie, these credits are not influenced by comic covers of the day. But then Two-Face didn't make too many covers, so what are you gonna do? After capturing Two-Face for the umpteenth time, we join millionaire Bruce Wayne and his youthful ward Dick Grayson at the Sisters of Perpetual Irony Hospital, as they visit Harvey Dent, whose facial reconstruction was a complete success. In spite of their many battles, Bruce never lost faith in Harvey. My God, I'm gorgeous once again. Spock!
How can I ever thank you for your unwavering support?
It was the least I could do for one of my closest friends.
Ooh, look at that side eye from Dick. Bruce is sleeping on the couch tonight.
6 months later, a biplane is stolen by King Tut of all people, and the GCPD is, naturally, completely helpless.
Bruce, look! It's the bat signal!
No, the bat signal should look something more like this. This is the bat signal that was used in the actual show, while this bat signal is the one that they used in LA. Oh, I made myself sad again. So they suit up and meet Commissioner Gordon and Chief O'Hara at the bat signal, which looks like it came straight out of the Batman.
Great continuity!
Thank goodness you've come, Batman. It's that megalomaniacal miscreant from Mesopotamia.
I think you mean the evil emperor from Egypt? Through the standard series of leaps in logic, they deduce that Tut is going to hijack this millionaire's party on top of a double-decker bus. Because millionaires always hold fancy parties on buses when they aren't leading tours of celebrity homes. Tut and his Tutlings eventually get the drop on the dynamic Dunderheads and proceed to bury them alive in giant canopic jars. Suffering sarcophagi! Are Batman and the Boy Wonder bound to be buried alive? Can they escape their makeshift canopic coffins before being covered in concrete? When will Two-Face become the main villain again? But they get out of their death trap by clicking their heels and activating the bat jets they have in their boots. Actually, come to think of it, wouldn't those things pretty much save their bacon in every death trap that you put them in? They capture Tut and take him to the GCPD, but his stolen loot was intercepted by a couple of goons who are also twins. I wonder who they could be working for! Chief O'Hara tries to interrogate Professor William McElroy, King Tut's civilian alter ego, but sadly he has no memory of his goings-on as Tut. So Chief O'Hara beats him over the head to get Tut to come back, and what does Tut do in response? He conks himself on the head to go back to Professor McElroy to keep himself from talking. He thinks he's the literal reincarnation of King Tut, but he's somehow self-aware enough to know how to revert into his own mind. That is brilliant! After Harvey sends Tut up the river, he celebrates his victory with Bruce and Dick.
At this rate, you'll be lead DA again in no time, Harvey.
Batman nabs the super crooks, and I send them to the state pen.
The same place Batman sent you.
And what's up with this painting of a pirate? Does Bruce live in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh my, two handsome bachelors who were still best friends after all these years? Oh, it's enough to give a girl the vapors.
In her spare time, Aunt Harriet is a Harvey Dent Bruce Wayne slash-fic writer. Harvey mentions how he'll be holding a charity bachelor auction when they're interrupted by a call on the bat phone, and Batman and Robin are quickly on the trail of the bookworm. After quickly and pointlessly sending him to the Hoosgow, and finding that the bookworm's quarry has been stolen off screen by someone else a second time, they start musing over who's really behind these recent crimes.
I see Tut's crimes, though Egyptian-themed, also focused on the number 2. The biplane, the double-decker bus.
The number 2, a double cross. All signs pointing to...
Two-Face. But we just saw Harvey. He's been fully rehabilitated, inside and out.
There's only one way to know for sure.
Let's head to Two-Face's last known hideout. The abandoned sign factory on Gemini Drive.
And sure enough, it certainly would appear as though Two-Face is the mastermind, despite apparently being completely rehabilitated. After the coin says that Batman and Robin should survive this encounter, they check out Harvey, who still for all intents and purposes is still Harvey. They leave once they're convinced that Harvey is who he says he is, and that he'll cooperate with them however he can. Then he calls Two-Face over the phone, who apparently has been setting up these crimes to help Harvey on his way to becoming a respectable DA.
By the time Batman discovers our secret, I will know his. Once that happens, the dynamic duo will be zilch zeros.
The nature of Harvey Dent's split personalities varies from writer to writer, but how exactly does he talk to himself over the phone? Batman is supposed to see Catwoman tonight, but he has to put her off so he can pursue whoever is trying to frame Harvey.
Friends before females, eh, sir?
Indeed, Alfred.
I never thought I would hear the phrase bros before hoes in this property. But Catwoman's not one to be stood up, so she knocks out her lawyer here and escapes after a quick wardrobe change.
Well done, Hecate. You've earned an extra treat tonight.
Let me out of here! She's getting away! Hey, pipe down! You're going in solitary.
Not bad. In fact, perfect.
Oh, so this is the origin story of Lee Merriweather's Catwoman. No, seriously, that's Lee Merriweather voicing this character. Cute. Robin, meanwhile, has been tailing Harvey on his own, when Two-Face and Hugo Strange capture him and spray him with more concentrated evil. This turns Robin into a new Two-Face, who Batman has to quickly put down. Okay, I'll buy that spraying him with whatever this stuff is will turn him as rotten as anyone in Batman's rogues gallery, and maybe even melt his face like it did for Harvey, but how did it change only half of him? I don't see anyone partially blocking it like Batman did with Harvey earlier.
Batman, look out! Ah!
Yes! They did it! They employed the Bat Bitch Slap! So yeah, after Batman uses his secret strategy for taking down Robin...
Ow, I give up!
Just kind of like that.
He takes him back to the Batcave so he can create an antidote.
I've got your antidote right here, Batman.
And Robin flips him the Batbird. Nice. Now that he's cured, they figure that Two-Face is hiding out at the Two-Ball Club, which of course looks like a giant pool table.
Batman, look at the size of those balls.
The ambiguously gay duo.
After capturing the Caped Crusaders, Two-Face invites Gotham's criminal elites to an auction for Batman's secret identity. Before they arrive, Two-Face reveals his little secret, in that he can physically change from Harvey to Two-Face at will. Okay, that's new.
You've been living a double life this whole time.
Harvey's not the only one living a double life, is he, Batman? And soon the secret beneath that cowl will be exposed for all of Gotham to see. This fiend forced me to set up this charity auction as a ruse to trap Bruce Wayne in a lie. I only agreed because I didn't believe him. Bruce wouldn't keep anything that important from me. And yet the always punctual Bruce Wayne hasn't shown up for his own auction, which could only mean that he's been indisposed, as Batman is now. Voila! Batman and Bruce Wayne, one and the same. Bruce, how could you keep secrets from your old friend? And you must be his youthful ward, Dick Grayson. I told you they were living double lives.
So the super criminals show, and the auction begins.
We'll start the bidding at $1 million.
Me, $1 million. Oh, it's a good thing I had some spare change laying around between the couch cushions.
Yeah, I love the old show, but this is how the Joker really goes to an auction.
What am I bid? How about nothing? Zero, zip, zilch, nada. My personal check for bupkis, drawn on the First National Bank of Squadoob. Sorry, boys, this lot is sold.
Ironically, they take a cue from another episode of the animated series and pool all their money together so that they'd all have Batman's secret identity. While that's going on, Strange is siphoning the evil out of these various criminals, unbeknownst to them, and out of their asses, I guess, and loads it into the biplane that was stolen earlier. But then Catwoman crashes the party and helps Batman and Robin escape as Two-Face makes a clean getaway. Batman figures that Two-Face is planning to turn everyone in Gotham into a Two-Face like him, but Catwoman has to back out.
Forgive me if I don't face this foe with you, Batman, but green isn't my color.
And that's pretty ironic, considering how you wore nothing but green in the comics during this time. So Two-Face unleashes the concentrated evil onto the city. Oh hey, it's the Sisters of Perpetual Irony. They manage to take him down, and he crashes into the Lorenzo oil refinery. I get it! Batman orders Robin to fall back for his own safety, and Batman tries to convince Harvey to turn himself in.
Bruce, I can't tell you how terribly sorry I am about all this.
You're weak, Dent. And now that you've outlived your usefulness to me, it's time I snuffed you out.
Ugh. Two-Face was never especially fond of Harvey, but that's pretty creepy, actually. This somehow makes the evil take over Harvey's entire body, and Harvey's suit is a single color now. Choking himself into a wardrobe change? Neat trick. Batman gets the tar beaten out of him, but before Scary Face can kill him...
Wait. Doesn't the coin have to decide?
Curse you, Batman, for being right.
Batman apparently slipped a blank coin onto him at some point, which confuses Two-Face just long enough for Harvey to come back and beat him into submission. Because that's how psychosis works.
Harvey!
Batman. Bruce, old friend.
I am, and always will be, your friend. Live long and prosper, old chum.
So Batman and Harvey escape, and Harvey is wheeled away to the hospital.
Batman, we rounded up all of the super criminals, but Catwoman's gone.
That tricky minx.
What? What's so funny?
It sounded like he was going to say, that tricky bitch.
That tricky bitch. Okay, that's pretty funny. Batman and Robin then proceed to bomb and gun down every Gothamite afflicted with Two-Face syndrome with the anti-Two-Face antidote, and sometime later, Bruce and Harvey hold that bachelor auction they were talking about.
Master Bruce, Mr. Dent has arrived for his charity bachelor auction.
Kiss him, you fool.
So the auction begins, and what's their first item for bid?
Batman.
And while apparently everyone is turned on by the prospect of winning Batman, one bidder is determined to get her claws into him.
Holy Hugh Hefner!
Holy too soon, Robin. So that was Batman vs. Two-Face, and like its predecessor, I highly recommend it. The animation is beautiful, they captured William Shatner's likeness perfectly, It's very cathartic hearing Adam West play Batman again even after he's gone, and the movie takes itself just seriously enough for it to be both dramatic and ridiculous. Just the kind of tone you'd expect for Two-Face appearing in this Bat canon. I honestly hope that Warner Brothers can find someone to voice the Bright Knight in the future, because I would love to see more movies like this featuring villains that never made it into the show. Scarecrow, Scarface and the Ventriloquist, Poison Ivy, Bane. These baddies need to be in the 1966 universe. But then again, if these other villains don't get a chance to shine like Two-Face did because Warner Brothers considers Adam West to be completely irreplaceable, then, hey, I totally understand. Because, after all, you truly are the Bright Knight, Mr. West. And I thank you for everything that you've given us. See you later.